To enter Diagnostics, press and hold the Select and High Efficiency buttons until Service and Control appears in the display. Press the Select again to enter the service mode. Here you will find the recent warning status and any fault codes. Press the right arrow button to enter the machine status screen. Here you can test each of the valves and pump in both drain and recirculation mode. You will use the right and left arrow buttons to move between the various components and options. Pressing Select will turn them on or off. Use the right arrow key to scroll to the cold water valve. Press Select to open the valve. With the cold water valve still open, scroll over to the detergent dispenser. Press the Select to open this valve. You should now see water flowing through the dispenser. Press Select again to close the valve. Now scroll over to the fabric softener dispenser. Press Select to open this valve. Water should be filling the fabric softener area. Each dispenser can be tested in this way using the arrow buttons to move and Select to turn on and off. Now scroll over to the pump and press Select. The pump should turn on in drain mode. Note, you can verify the pressure sensor is working if the number next to WL goes up when water is entering the tub and down when the pump is draining. Press Select again to reverse the pump and place it into recirculation mode. Press Select once more to turn the pump off. Press the back button to return to the service and control screen. Press the right button to highlight Control. Press Select to enter the control screen. Restart should be highlighted in this screen. Restart is a default feature from the factory on all of our washers, and it means that the washer will attempt to rectify any problem it encounters, sometimes trying for several minutes before throwing a fault. For diagnostic purposes, it is a good idea to turn this feature off, as it will throw a fault sooner. To turn the restart off, press the left arrow key and turn the machine off. You will notice the high efficiency light will blink while the restart feature is off. To turn the restart feature on again, simply unplug the washer until the light stops blinking to return it to factory settings. After removing the lid and panel screws, tilt the control panel forward and disconnect the display. Next, disconnect the power either at the wall or right at the board as shown. The motor, smart pump, lid lock, and thermistor, as well as the water valves, can all be tested from the top. The following resistance readings are based on an average room temperature of around 68 degrees Fahrenheit. Disconnect the motor harness and measure the resistance between any two of the three contacts. You should read around 39 ohms plus or minus 10% on washers with aluminum windings, product code 96152A, and 32 ohms plus or minus 10% on washers with copper windings, product codes 96133A and 96134A. Be sure to return the wires to their proper routing. Disconnect the pump harness and measure between any two of the three contacts. You should read around 16.2 ohms. Next, disconnect the lid lock harness and measure between the two contacts. You should read around 63 ohms plus or minus 10%. If you don't have an automatic meter, it may be necessary to switch your meter to K ohms for the next reading. Disconnect the thermistor wire harness and measure between the two contacts. You should read around 10 to 12 K ohms at room temperature. The number of water valves varies between different AquaSmart models, but all valves should read around 64 ohms. Be sure all harnesses are securely reconnected. Reconnect the power and display harness. Be sure to reroute the display harness. Reattach the backsplash and lid. Be sure all components are functioning properly before leaving.